Welcome to Heroes and Droids, your guides to movie and TV shows about superheroes, sci-fi, Disney, and action. Yes, from Marvel to DC, Star Wars to Star Trek, from James Bond to Fast and Furious, we will review the streaming films and theatrical films you care about most. You'd think I'd have that right by now, but nope. Nope. All right, this week we are reviewing the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. This is a little 47-minute special that's on Disney Plus this week. And we mentioned Star Wars in the same sentence with Holiday Special quite a bit when we talk about The Mandalorian and Star Wars, but not necessarily in the best of context. So we're hoping the show that we're watching kind of erases the memories and brings in new ones. We'll see. But it's going to be fun. Let me, before we get into it, let me introduce our other host, starting off with Chris Slattery, the one and only Slattman. How you doing, sir?
Oh, fantastic. Happy that I got to watch this holiday special instead of the other one. You're a fan of the Lego movies, I take it? I love Lego Batman and the Lego movies. They're so great.
Yeah, so this is kind of up your alley. I know that you were really excited for us to cover this.
I was, and I can't wait to talk about it.
All right. Also joining us is podcasting rock star and international cosplay queen, Vanessa Thompson, and friend.
Yes, the child and I are in the holiday spirit.
Yes. Holiday spirits.
Yes. Several spirits.
Yes. All right. Also joining us is award-winning filmmaker Christopher G. Moore. How you doing, sir?
Let it snoke, let it snoke, let it snoke. Happy Life Day, everybody!
Happy Life Day. Okay, so let's stick on that for just a second before we get into this, because Life Day is a thing that came up in the original, right? In the original.
I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't exist in
there you go.
my
there
timeline.
You go. But it became canon again because they mentioned it in the Mandalorian series.
Yes,
is that right? Okay.
It did. I think I think it's the first episode actually. The I don't remember the guy's name. The blue guy with the weird ears. I think he mentions Life Day, I think.
Yeah. So that I remember us talking about that when it happened. I was like, oh, what the hell Life Day? I've totally forgotten all about that stuff.
Yeah, well, especially when you go back and look at like Princess Leia singing about Life Day and.
Yeah, I mean, you get Harvey Korman interact, but hey, that's what it is, right?
Oh, we still didn't. Well, we still did have the Wookiees, and there was no subtitles, just like the original.
But there should never be subtitles for Wookiees.
By the way, I've never seen the original.
You're better off because of that.
No frame of reference.
I haven't seen it since it first came out, and all right, so let's what the hell are we talking about? You guys are here, you probably know, but let's look at it. All right, it's the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. It debuted November 17th on Disney Plus, directed by Ken Cunningham, written by David Shane. A cast of people, we're not going to go into that. Rey leaves her friends to prepare for Life Day as she sets off on an adventure to gain a deeper knowledge of the Force. At a mysterious temple, she is hurtled into a cross-timeline adventure. Will she make it back in time for Light Day? That's all it needs.
I love that poster.
You like that? You like that?
Yeah, I love that the lightsabers are the lights on the string of lights.
Yes, and they're crisscrossing like. All right, what we're going to do here is we're going to give our first impressions, and we're going to talk about it a little bit, and then we're going to wrap things up with our final thoughts, our score, and our favorite Lego scene. So who goes first? Well, we know who goes first because he always goes first. It is the Slattman. What was your first impression of Lego Star Wars?
I don't always go first. I only go first when you make me go first. I thought this was a really cute little holiday special. It's obviously geared towards kids, but that's okay because I thought that there was enough in it for adults to enjoy. And for 47 minutes, it's not a long watch. It's also not a hard watch. It goes by pretty quickly, and you get a lot of really good laughs out of it. I thought it was really enjoyable, and I have a couple nitpicks, but I feel like I have a couple nitpicks with a lot of Star Wars things lately, other than The Mandalorian, so I think it's okay.
Yes. Speaking of Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, Vanessa, what was your first impression of the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special? I'm going to have to say that over and over again. Oh my God.
Again and again and again. It was so cute. So cute. I love that it's a story about like friendship. It kind of boils down to all these things that Rey has to go through to find out like the most important thing is friendship. And I just thought that was a really cute, positive story to tell. And I really think kids are going to love it. I guess I'm happy it's the only holiday special I've seen from Star Wars from what I hear. And I really loved all the cameos that we got. I thought that was super cute and all. Well, I don't want to get too spoilery, but there's a lot of really funny dialogue exchanges in it too. That take place on more of an adult level, like you were saying, Chris. Like stuff that adults could get a kick out of, but the kids are gonna love too.
Yeah, I think you might be surprised how many kids actually get a lot of those. Studying the movie, because we watch, as adults we watch a movie, and then maybe we watch it again. But if you might not know, but kids, and you can look at Slattman there. We'll watch the same damn movie over and over and over and over and over again. Of course, Christopher G. Moore and I probably did the same thing with the original Star Wars, and he has. Speaking of Christopher G. Moore, sir, what is your first impression of Lego Star Wars Holiday Special?
Well, I mean, it is kind of fun how they sort of took a lot of. I mean, not only do they take elements of the Star Wars films and they have fun with it, and there's a lot of things that riff off of a lot of things that we know that's Star Wars. Everything from it's a wrap to all these who shot first, all these different things that are part of Star Wars, and this one they go through elements from all of the Star Wars films, including the original holiday special. But also they have fun with Star Wars, not Star Wars, but holiday specials in general. There's a part where Yoda's wearing the outfit from one of the those stop motion animation.
I think it was from Rudolph.
I think it's Rudolph. He's wearing like the actual outfit that the narrator.
Snowman. That was a snowman.
Yeah, and so then there's elements of Christmas Carol. There's elements of It's a Wonderful Life. In the process of Rey sort of, almost like the whole finding of the true meaning of Christmas. And this was like finding the true meaning of friendship and that kind of thing. And I think because it has that real heart to it, I think that's what makes it stand out the most. Now, granted, there are, when it comes to it being a Lego product, you can only get away with so many different Star Wars, riffs and Easter eggs and puns and that kind of thing. But it doesn't really have, it really doesn't have the sort of the humor I think that some other products it works a whole lot better in, whether it be like the Lego Movie or Lego Batman, because it is very silly and it almost like it is almost very tropish in how it sort of like takes those standard jokes that you normally find, that kids will laugh at, but it'll make some adults go, this is kind of, a little too silly and a little, because the Lego stuff is known for sort of slapsticky. I mean, they can easily fall apart just like Legos. And so but at the same time, they can also get away with more adult type stuff, when it comes to violence, like you can show people being cut in half. It's okay because they're Legos. But if you show that in the regular Star Wars films, it could be a little bit traumatic. So you have that aspect of it. So it kind of toes the line there. And I think the silly aspects of it may turn some people off. And I think that's why it's not sort of a perfect thing. And it's cute, for me, it was more interesting in some of the actiony type stuff. And I think, some of the better characters, I think, are the evil characters, like the Darth Vader and Palpatine stuff is some of my favorite stuff in the whole thing. But also, it's kind of nice how they go to they also give love to about every one of the films at some point throughout this special, you know, and so you get to sort of, you almost get to relive certain scenes, but with a little bit more of a screwball comedy-esque, you know, it feels like it's a mad world at times, or like the ending of Blazing Saddles, where you have you know, the cowboys going into the people doing their dance routine. And so you have all these different worlds colliding towards the end, which that kind of screwball aspect of it, I kind of like. But I think when it goes to the sort of the normal silly aspects of it, you can tell it's geared more towards kids, and that kind of like, but yeah, overall I enjoyed it. It's definitely not, I think, a lot of the funny stuff they do show in the trailer, if you've seen the trailer for it. So, but it's still kind of funny when you see it again. So yeah, I think it's definitely a nice family thing that definitely erases the original holiday special out of your brain for good. And so I think this is definitely something I could see a lot of families that are into Star Wars or put this in the new rotation when it comes to holiday specials and holiday shows.
All right. So one of the big things about, you know, Christmas and Christmas themed movies and TV shows is The Grinch, A Christmas Carol, and I'm here to be your Scrooge. I'm here to be a big green fuzzy thing that doesn't like Christmas. I thought this was a sloppy mess. I thought it was like, it's like a greatest hits sung by Alvin and the Chipmunks. It just really didn't work for me. I thought, I mean, in the pre-show we called it cute. And it's cute. I mean, it's perfectly harmless, but it felt like a wasted opportunity to be something far more interesting and better. I had problems with some of the voice casting, and I wasn't enjoying the ride through all the movies as much. Some of the throwback lines were cute. Some weren't. I didn't laugh as much as I don't know. Yeah, Grinch. I was having a hard time with this, and I didn't really enjoy it. Isn't that sad? It's sad. It's sad.
Us two bottom squares here. We're holding you guys up.
Two bottom squares. Yeah, I thought it was a little sloppy. You guys are saying I'm wrong, right? It's not sloppy?
Oh no, it's definitely sloppy, but I thought it was enjoyable, even though it was a little sloppy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and like, as we've all agreed, Ray sounded incredibly odd. Like, to me, she sounded so like a caricature of Daisy Ridley, honestly. So that took me out of it a lot. But I could look past it when I saw things like Poe being so excited about Christmas and all the things he was doing and about the
Life Day. Yeah.
Life Day, not Christmas.
Or Darth Vader giving Palpatine a world's best emperor mug.
Well, see that. Well, I love that aspect of it, but I think my biggest issue had to be with the new characters. I think, you know, I didn't like Poe in this. He's not Poe. He's just some other person in this. Finn doesn't sound like Finn. No, you know, Ray is just like, they just amped up her accent more. It's not really Ray. So I think that was the thing that kind of took me out of it. It's kind of weird because you think that they do a better job of it. But it's interesting how the original trilogy characters, I had more fun. Like I thought Luke was funny, where every minute he has like a carton of blue milk, which made me laugh.
And he's just like, what's this?
So where's he getting that from? He just
well, it felt very slapsticky to me.
Yeah,
like, yeah. Pulling on that a lot, especially when there's like hundreds of people from different timelines falling through space. And I said to myself at one point, how the hell is she gonna fix that? Like, how are they gonna fix that now quickly? And then they Doctor Strange it, and it's awesome.
Yeah, speaking to that, I was half expecting, because they're both the same property in the end, right? That we would see a little cameo of that particular doctor show up to grab the Was that a time gem? Maybe, I don't know. But no, but they did Doctor Strange it in a huge way, which was okay. It was okay.
I loved our Mandalorian cameo.
That was a fun cameo. I know. Did we get Boba Fett at all? We didn't, did we? No Jabba the Hutt.
I loved all of the prequel things though. I think they handled those very well, from Obi-Wan complaining about trade disputes to Anakin being like, I don't know what you're talking about, while he's holding the giant bouquet.
Yep. The clone trooper, right?
Yeah, the clone trooper part. Oh my god, that I enjoyed that the voice actors they got for a lot of the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy sounded so similar to what they were on screen, and in some cases are the exact same voice actors that they used in the Clone Wars, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think for me, if it'd been more about like Rey and what she was doing, that would have been just fully on hilarious for me. Perfect. But I think when it got back to the people in the ship, I don't know, it just got kind of silly. And I don't know. I just love the action aspect of it. The screwball action aspect of it. It kind of made me miss that kind of stuff in cinema in general, because we don't really have too many screwball comedies. Like you go back and look like Bringing Up Baby or any of that kind of early. Or even, like this felt like it's a mad world where everybody's racing, to get to a certain level.
Or Peter Sellers film, right?
Yeah. And so, and then and how dare you include Babu Freak and not have him say anything? He breakdances, but just it's me, Babu Freak. I mean, have him say something. That was like one of my favorite characters of the new trilogy, and you don't have him say anything. Yeah. I mean, I don't really care if he breakdances. I just wanted to have them say "ha,"
Happy Life Day.
If Rey came back and he goes "ha, happy," it's a missed opportunity, because he's the cutest thing
about the
other than
trilogy.
Well, I would say so. Yeah, I'd love that little dude.
I love Dio too. Dio's pretty cute.
Yeah, Dio. I mean, it's like that's the elements that maybe, but it's funny how it felt more natural or more fun when we dealt with the original trilogy characters than the newer characters. I don't know why that is, but
probably wrote it that way because they wanted the parents who enjoyed the original trilogy to really enjoy the parts that they were attached to. That might be why the sequel trilogy is more like slapsticky and more like kid comedy, like you were mentioning, with he's gonna go and burn the thing he doesn't know how to cook or things like that. So
and Kylo was very silly too, right? They made him very silly, and the
thing with his shirt off made me laugh so much.
It's so awkward.
I love when
that guy.
I also loved when Hux went in and he was just okay.
Well, the whole thing where, I mean, this is the level of where it has the more adult humor, because he did the thing where it felt like Austin Powers, where you're looking at something, you can't help but have the Freudian slip of he kept making puns about his torso.
Mm-hmm.
And that cracked me up so bad, or even when the Palpatine showed up, it's like, put the shirt on, which is, but that's the cool thing, is they took that element that people had so many memes about when it came, because everybody was making memes about Kylo with his shirt off. And so for them to have an element of fun around that, and even just play around with stuff I think one of the funniest things, even though it's kind of horrible, is where Darth Maul is he's been cut in half and he's still fighting being half a person. I mean, some of that stuff made me, it's, if you think about it, if it was seen in reality, it'd be kind of morbid, or because they even show when Snoke was cut in half, but because he's a Lego, it's it's okay.
Well, even Rey's hair falls off.
Well, you even see both Han Solos, old and young, shoot Greedo. They shoot first. So I mean,
first.
Yes, you can get away with that in a Lego thing but when you think about it, they just killed Credo again on screen. So
He deserved it. It's okay.
oh yeah.
Gosh. Okay, so it's narrated, spoilers, by Yoda, being much like I think we mentioned earlier, like the snowman in Rudolph. What did we think of that? Did we enjoy all that?
Well, so was it actually Frank Oz doing the voice?
I don't think it was. I think they must have used the guy from the Clone Wars because it didn't sound like Frank Oz.
Did not. I don't think it says while I'm looking, but did we enjoy him doing the narration and all the Yoda speak, and they even joke about it? Yeah,
I did. I thought it was good because I thought it was a good way that he could be that like omnipresent narrator, because he's like that in the sequel trilogy too, kind of like there, but not really there. It worked.
But he also does get to show up in Ghost Jedi form as well. So
yeah, that's true. I like that, and we got to see, like really interesting bits of the original movies all throughout. Right, they hop into a little bit like when Yoda was training Luke, or similar things like Chris Slattman, you were talking about, the trade negotiations, stuff like that.
Hello there.
Yeah, I was having a little bit of a like grown moment with that it didn't, but it resonated with you three, right? You guys really enjoyed that trip back.
I thought the trench run was really cool.
Chris just sent me a whole bunch of videos.
Yes.
Up stuff like that between all the movies, and so then seeing them do it in this movie had an extra like effect on me. So Chris kind of planted a seed before I even watched it that made me enjoy that aspect of it even more. I think.
And I will say, I got chills when they redid the trench run.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Because it felt like the original, but with just Lego elements. And then the whole time I'm thinking, did they just take the original film and add Lego parts to it? Because it felt like, because it was shot for shot like the original.
Even the timing and the framing.
Yeah, when it's going
so cute,
going down into the coast. So it felt less like the Lego stuff and more like. And so for me, I was like, ooh, I mean, that made me feel like I was a kid again just watching that.
And so Greg Proops that was doing the commentary.
Yeah. And so when you go back to these original things, whether it's the pod race or the trench run or any of those type of scenes that are very iconic, even like the lava scene. Yeah, and I love the I think also just seeing all these different characters fight and stuff, like see Rey be able to fight Darth Vader. Just see that, to me, that the action aspect of it, that had the element of slapsticky comedy, that was the more interesting thing than the Christmassy holiday type stuff. Even though I like the heart of it, to where it's like, because most of those types of films, like, you've been doing all this crazy stuff, but it was here all along, you didn't have to go through all that. Although once again, they leave Finn to not really do anything. So I don't know if that was a comment on the original, on the new trilogy or not. But
you could go somewhere with that and not be very happy end result.
Well, yeah. Although I will say, just the joke between Lando and the Mon Calamari dude. Yeah. Made me, even though I kind of saw it in the trailer, it's that whole setup just made me laugh, because where Lando's like, I hope it's a cloak. I hope it's a cloak. I hope it's a cloak. It's a wrap. Which it's just a simple joke, but it's still funny no matter how many times you watch it. So yeah, I don't know. I it almost made me wish that it would just been just a regular Lego episode where it was more focused on the action stuff using time travel, because I think that aspect of it was so very interesting. And even the bit where we get to the bit where the Emperor's thrown down the thing and he's having that sort of moment of clarity.
This is a great mug.
that was very Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I really liked that a lot.
Okay. All right. Well,
from now on, I will be better.
All right. I guess we should wrap this up. It's a wrap because if we keep talking, we'll talk longer than the special. So what we're going to do now is we're going to give our final thoughts, our score 1 to 5, and our favorite scene. But before we do, if you're enjoying the show and enjoying it, seeing it here, hit the subscribe button down below to help others find us, and hit the like button and leave some comments. What do you think of this? Would you like to see more Lego specials on Disney Plus like this? Maybe.
You know, every time you subscribe, Bobo Freak goes, aha!
And also, don't forget to share. If you like it, share with a friend. It's a giving season. Give, share.
Yeah, it's Life Day.
It's Life Day. It's Life Day. All right, let's do this. Let's wrap it up. Let's give our final thoughts, our score and favorite scene, starting with the one and only Slattman. Go for it.
So, like I said at the beginning, it's a really cute little, like 47 minutes that I don't think it's that hard of a watch. I think it's perfectly enjoyable. And if you enjoy Star Wars, you'll find something about this that you can say, yeah, that wasn't too bad. Even if you're the Grinch. It's fun, and it has a lot of really nice callbacks, and ultimately while the sequel trilogy characters kind of all suck in their own way, in this special, in
their own way.
The message is not a bad one, especially around this time of year, and it's a great for kids, and I think a lot of parents will enjoy it. I think it's got enough redeeming qualities that I wouldn't mind seeing other Lego shorts, or even Lego like mini series, like 22-minute episodes or something. But I don't know if Star Wars would be the best way to keep going, but I'd love to see like this team do like little shorts based on Avengers or Mickey or something like that. So
yeah, the Mickey
Mouse. Yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I think it'd be great. I think I'd love to see more of this, but more variety than just Star Wars.
Some more variety. I like that.
My favorite scene is probably the scene when when Rey goes into the elevator with Obi-Wan and Anakin, and they're just having the banter as like, oh, Anakin, you need to calm down. It's like, I'm excited to see Padme too, and he's just like, Master, I'm perfectly fine. He's just like, no, I know how you're feeling. You're so excited. And he's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And he's got the big bouquet, and then Rey shows up, and they're just like, hello there.
Hello there.
A short second would be the hello there between all three.
Oh, yes, all the Obi-Wan. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for my score, I'm going to give it a solid 7.5 out of 10.
Oh, nice. Throw a wrinkle in it. That's cool. Yeah. I like that.
I don't know what 7.5 is. If you divide it, do it into 5. Is it what, 3.5?
It might be. I don't do math live because every time I do, I screw it up. All right, Vanessa, you're up next. What is your final thoughts, your score, favorite scene? Oh, man.
Well, there's no math in this, so that should have made it an easier watch for you, Doc. No.
Ouch.
I liked it. I thought it was super cute, very Disney. It had its bumps in the road, but overall it was a very cute message. I'm just really into cute right now, so what can I say?
Yes.
Me and all the kids this was geared towards. Also, if they don't sell those lightsaber string lights, they are really missing out, because those things would be hot.
Sure.
No, I would watch this again. I'm glad that we watched it. I would watch it with friends. I would put it on at a Christmas party or something. This is something that, I think people could stop and see little pieces of and really enjoy. And then start talking something Star Wars, a good kind of conversation thing to have on in the background. That's just cute to watch. Are we going on a 10-point scale tonight?
No, just one.
Okay. So out of 5, I think I would give this one a 4. I think it really did its job well. It felt very Disney, and that means it's probably geared more towards kids. So I think it's geared towards the target audience, and it's probably done its job well in that demographic. My favorite scene is a bit of a chain scene, and it's where Vader is talking about naming the Death Star that they're rebuilding. And he's like, what if we called it Starkiller Base? And Palpatine basically tells him that's the stupidest thing he's ever heard. To which later on, Kylo is starting a conversation. He's like, I know. And that's where I got the name Starkiller Base. And Palpatine's like, yeah, that's a great name. As Vader's in the background watching this happen. Hey, that's so funny. I really thought that was great and cute. That's my final review. Cute.
It's cute. All right, Christopher G. Moore, what is your final score and favorite scene?
Well, as a huge fan of Star Wars, I think this is, this is a really nice, family type, holiday special. I think that the whole family can enjoy. Granted, it can get silly in parts. That's definitely geared more towards kids laughing at silly stuff. But at the same time, when it gets into some of the action stuff, when it gets into some of the Star Wars jokes, or just the screwball comedy aspect of it, it gets really sweet, and it has a nice message to it, which you want in those type of if you're doing like a normal holiday type special. So it definitely falls into that realm, But I think once it gets into to borrow a video game reference, when it gets into the Katamari ball of screwball comedy action, that's when it really hits its stride. And that's the part that I really enjoyed, especially when it pays homage to a lot of different iconic scenes in Star Wars. And it has a little bit of fun with it, but at the same time, pointing out, oh, I love that scene in that Star Wars film. I love that scene in that Star Wars film. I love that reference. I love that character. I think they did kind of drop the the Death Star ball when it comes to some of the voices for the newer trilogy. It doesn't really work as well, and I think it all, in some ways, it points out that some of the best elements of Star Wars are the OG, the OG characters, and that's when the really sense of fun and really happens to where, like, you don't mind so much, young Luke being the sort of doe-eyed, like, ooh, let me drink milk while I'm, looking at this, or not really have it, because that's how Luke was. He was kind of clueless, and so they play that up, and I think, or just playing, and I think, how they play up some of the bad characters, I think are the most fun aspects of it. So I think I will give a similar 4 out of 5 rating for it. Granted, some of the silly parts kind of irk me, but I realize that that's the stuff that's young kids will enjoy. But then I enjoyed the action elements, seeing Rey fight Darth Vader, seeing Kylo Ren meet Darth Vader for the first time, and how he goes full fanboy. Yeah, that kind of stuff that's the elements that really, I think, works really well for this. And I think it is one of those things that I won't mind, like, playing around the holiday season or playing in the background while I'm doing other stuff. As for favorite scene, it has to be the Kylo Ren scene where he's shirtless, and just it reminds me of, actually it's a nice reference to Christmas Vacation, when Griswold goes into the store to buy something, and there's the girl, the big boobed girl, and it's really nippy in here, and it kind of reminds me of that, except it's what is it, Hux or whatever,
yeah,
who's like, oh, he makes some reference like we need to nab. You know, he all those torso references really cracked me up, and just the button on it is when, you know, Palpatine is like, put a shit on. And, you know, whoever is doing Palpatine is having the most fun in this whole special, because he's just amping it up 100% to where, you know, him and Darth Vader, I think, is just, those are the characters having so much fun, and that's the parts that I had the most fun with. So, of course, I'm biased because I love Darth Vader. So, and the bad guys. So
I don't hear that.
Christopher's on the dark side. I enjoyed it when both Darth Vaders met each other. That was fun.
Yeah. When they're like, they're
that was weird.
Yeah,
that was weird.
And then the stormtroopers don't know what to do.
Like,
who are we supposed to listen to?
All right, so yeah, I'm a Grinch, but at the same time, this is cute. It is fun. It's lighthearted. It's great for the audience that it's aimed for. And as a Star Wars fan, you're going to find plenty to enjoy at it. As an animated special, taking all that and putting it over here, it's kind of a sloppy mess. It's not really well constructed or put together. But and then I don't think it. I mean, I do like the message, but I think it kind of doesn't really nail it home the way it wants to, the way it feels like it wants to anyway. At the same time, it's fine. It's cute. I think cute is the perfect word for it. And it's harmless fun. I'm not going to, you know, judge anybody for watching this and loving it. It's fine. I mean, I do enjoy Lego movies. I the Lego movie and the Batman Lego one, are really, really fun movies. And this one, yeah, it doesn't quite get there, but it's and Slattman, I would love to see them tackle the Disney characters like Mickey Mouse or even the princesses and stuff like that in Legos and have like a crazy adventure. See Goofy and Lego. Oh my God, that he could go like, oh hi, and just come apart and then come back together. You know, it'd be a lot of fun you could have with that, and they could probably do almost the same script, but in Mickey Mouse thing, and I would have a totally different opinion. Ironically, I mean, there was a lot of elements that I liked. I did. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to share one here after this because my score is going to be 2.5. It's just right in the middle. Maybe I need some happy pills.
I think
I think maybe there's a Grinch stuck.
Would you say that you're Scrooge?
You know, I really do think so. Let's get a close up of that. Do it again. Yes. That's probably what I am. All right, my favorite scene. This is the thing that actually there was a couple of scenes. There's like little gags that I thought really worked. I did enjoy like the Darth Vader meet, and and they found yes, you are me, and then, and all that stuff, and the rap thing was another one. But the one thing that I really enjoyed out of all of it, for some stupid, mindless reason, outside of Kylo Ren going, "Hey, the chair goes both ways," is the clone troopers. So the clone troopers are sitting there, and they both, "Hey, you sound just like me. Hey, I was thinking that as well." And jinx, double jinx. It's just they're just playing on the whole clone thing, and like they're clueless that they're clones. And I don't know, for some silly reason that's what I read. That's the one that made me laugh. I'm sorry.
That was a great scene.
Yeah.
Yes, Christopher G. Moore.
That was fun. Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of those little jokes. I think that I think will hit a lot of people differently and stuff, and it really plays around with a lot of the elements that we know and love about Star Wars that we can still make fun of.
Yeah. All right. Now that you've spent 40 minutes with us, go spend 47 minutes over on Disney Plus and watch the actual special and have a good time. Enjoy it. Go ahead. It's worth it. Do it. Don't be a Grinch. Don't be a Doc. Go watch.
Don't give in to the dark side.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Give into the Doc side.
The
oh
Doc
God.
side.
Chris,
Wow.
you're the man.
Wow.
That was
oh man, his dad humor has transferred.
that was on a
You've
whole-
become more powerful than you could ever imagine.
I know. I was like,
Unlimited power.
the Padawan becomes the master. All right, Vanessa, Christopher, Slattman, thank you for joining me. Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure.
It's always fun to spend Life Day with such wonderful people.
Let's say goodnight and happy Life Day.
Good night. Happy Life Day.
Good night.
Goodbye there.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.